Okay, folks, welcome back to Crooks Cabin. Glad to see you all come back. And today is episode 3, and we've got one of the best singer-songwriters in this area that I think anybody will agree upon, Daniel Dye. And it's a pleasure to have you out here today. And yes, indeed,
Great to be
you guys
here.
are in for a real treat. First thing we always do with all the artists is, Daniel, just tell them how they can get a hold of you, how they can find you, to find your music.
Best way to find me is to go to Daniel Dye Music. That's D-Y-E, not D-I-E, DanielDyeMusic.com. And then if you go there, you can find my music in, I don't know, all over the place. YouTube, Bandcamp, Facebook, Twitter, all those places. And that's the main place, the main hub, though. DanielDyeMusic.com.
Very good. So Daniel's going to do about 4 songs for us today, so you guys are in for a real treat. So we're going to let him just kind of take it away and let him tell you what he wants to say about each song. And hopefully you will really enjoy this. I think you will.
All right, this first song is called Oh My Friends. Oh my friends, I need help. I got thoughts within my head. There are pictures that can't be spoken. There are words that can't be said. And all the creatures in the ocean, all the critters on dry land, living things up in the heavens. We've got to do the best we can. Oh my friends, it's just survival. Every morning when I rise, and when no one seems to notice, you shouldn't take me by surprise. And all the creatures in the ocean, all the critters on dry land, living things up in the heavens. We've got to do the best we can. Oh my friends, it would be funny if it weren't just so sad, because I know I wouldn't change anything for what you have. And all the creatures in the ocean, all the critters on dry land, living things up in the heavens. We've got to do the best we can. And all the creatures in the ocean, all the critters on dry land, living things up in the heavens. We've got to do the best we can. We've got to do the best we can.
So, okay, you want to tell us what inspired Angeline, or is it somebody that's you maybe don't want to reveal, or, you know, give us a little bit of the story behind it. I'm sure people would like to see that.
Yeah, so that song is about, I think it's inspired by a bunch of stories, like no one in particular, but this idea that you read these stories about someone who just changes another person's life forever in a good way. And so that's what that song's all about. So when I wrote it, I had a bunch of different people in my head, you know, that I thought that in some ways you can't live without, and they come along for a while, and then they maybe just disappear, or then
Right.
they die, whatever it is.
Yeah.
But it's life changing. And then this may sound kind of weird, but I also thought about it in terms of like maybe a teacher changing someone's life. You hear stories about that, like a kid says, "I had one teacher that really stood out to me."
Oh yeah.
So I thought about that as well.
Yeah, just like a mentor that, that person that like gave you this little tidbit of wisdom that just gave you that little epiphany there, or that moment, that season of your life that like you understand why they were like brought to you.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So there's not one person, but maybe when I write songs, they're often inspired by like conversations.
Yeah.
I don't know about you all, but like conversations or stories that I read, and then they kind of all mesh into one as well.
All right, this next song is called Angeline. Little love song here. There was a light in the darkness, wouldn't let me pass by. It pulled me from the shadows, and it lifted me high. I think you came to save me, Angeline. There was a fire in your soul like I had never seen. Came to save me, Angeline, to go into this world. But it's a long road to freedom, full of death and decay, and love is hard to find. Oh, but you showed me the way. I think you came to save me, Angeline. There was a fire in your soul like I had never seen. Came to save me, Angeline, to go into this world. Sometimes the lights that are brightest, oh, they don't last too long. And you shone like the sun. Then one day you were gone. Oh, but I think you came to save me, Angeline. There was a fire in your soul like I had never seen. You came to save me, Angeline, to go into this world. I think you came to save me, Angeline. There was a fire in your soul like I had never seen. Came to save me, Angeline, to go into this world.
Recently, you informed me when we were playing a songwriters round over at New Boswell with our buddy Joe Augustin, Achilles Tenderloin, beloved local artist. Speaking of supporting local artists,
I believe Joe's booked, isn't he?
I think we might be able to get him out here. So we have. But you were telling me about how you're posting a song every month. Like that's some serious writing. So share a little bit about that with us, if you would, about what you're doing there.
Yeah, so so my last CD came out in 2014, but I'm always writing and writing and writing, and I thought, well, how can I let the world know I'm still writing? I'm trying to save money for the next CD.
Yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, you kind of people just think you're done if you're not producing another album.
Yeah.
But so I just decided to do a song every month, release it digitally through Bandcamp. And
Cool.
so it's been a way to kind of keep it all going. And I did it 2015, and then I took a break and did an EP in 2016. And then I did a song a month again in 2017, and now in 2018. So it's been consistent songs coming. And yeah, so sometimes so the first project, the first year, it was all just one take, like very, very raw.
Yeah.
And no matter where I was in the world. Like I did this one time in Turkey. I was in Eastern Turkey. I found some musicians, and then we met up in my hotel, got kicked out of the hotel, and then we went to another room, and we got this recording done like at 2 in the morning.
Yeah.
So no matter where I was, I would do it. And in year 2, it was kind of like I started doing layering and having fun. And now year 3, I'm trying to collaborate with different musicians.
Yeah.
And so I've been doing a little collaboration again. And yeah, so that's been it. And then lately I've been doing some almost weekly releases. I wrote a lot in the winter, so I've been trying to, and I found another outlet called Steam It, where I've been releasing something almost once a week as well.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Very cool. Well, everybody definitely go check that out. I know I'm going to. And
yeah, that's on Bandcamp. So if you go to my website,
yeah,
then you'll go to music and you'll see all those on
all
Bandcamp.
of those linky doos out in the interwebunet machine, with all the applications. Yeah, man. Well, that's a really cool project.
All right, this next song is called Saints and Sinners, and I wrote this song. It's based on a night, I should say I wrote this song several years ago, based on a night that I was playing in an Irish pub in Berlin, Germany, with a friend of mine whose stage name is The Loafing Hero. So you'll hear a little tribute to him in the second verse. He actually is an Irishman, and as he was playing, this rugby team came in the bar, and they found out that he was from Ireland, and they asked for an Irish ballad, and then another one, and then another one, and they took over his whole set. And he was really demoralized afterwards. As we left the bar, as we walked home, he was kind of sad about how the whole thing went. And I thought, man, they missed out on some good original music. So I went home and wrote this song, and I guess the theme of it is to do what you're meant to do no matter what. So there's some different stories in this song, but it's about the idea of keeping on moving forward, I guess. So here it is, Saints and Sinners. The Pope flew up to London town, and all the people gathered round. He listened as they cursed his name, while others said there should be no blame. Was it worth it all that took him there, to the sea of signs and fist in the air? And the saints and the sinners stand side by side, both knowing they are right. They are right. And the saints and the sinners, do they realize there's a story in those eyes? Oh, in those eyes, yeah. Now the loafing hero sang his heart, exposing all his fractured parts. But the people wanted songs they've heard before, so he'd give them one and they'd beg for more. And the only ones who ever heard were the few who listened to every word. And the saints and the sinners stand side by side, both knowing they are right. They are right. And the saints and the sinners, do they realize there's a story in those eyes? Oh, in those eyes, yeah. up our souls. We know that passions can be cruel. And when I told you that I loved you so, oh, I thought your love for me might show. So I'm praying that it's worth it all. And I'm climbing as I hit this wall. And the saints and the sinners stand side by side, both knowing they are right. They are right. And the saints and the sinners, do they realize there's a story in those eyes, in those eyes. And the saints and the sinners stand side by side, both knowing they are right. They are right. And the saints and the sinners, do they realize there's a story in those eyes? Oh, in those eyes, yeah.
You definitely have a storyteller style in your songs, or like there's this whole world that is kind of created. You feel like you stepped into a place, like not just a song. I think that's, and not every writer like. A lot of like I'm just like a really internal writer, and it's usually like it's like a therapeutic outlet to work out like the stuff, and like some people find inspiration from observing life, and some people and like you said, a conversation or whatever, and or sometimes it's just a silly joke that you made together or whatever, and it's always interesting though to hear like where a song comes from, because people can surmise so much about like where your song they think came from, you know what I mean? A lot of times like their assumption like I can see how you got that interpretation, but that's not what it's about at all.
I know sometimes people have like a much better story than mine. It's great. So I don't even want to tell you mine, because yours is better. Just go with that.
You're like, that's you nailed it. Hashtag nailed it.
They talk about all the symbolism in there, and like the double meaning. I'm like, well, hey.
That's what I meant.
Exactly.
So I think actually you perform Saints and Sinners, and that's one of the first songs I remember seeing you play with. And I believe the first time I saw you sing that, you were playing with the Miller Road Band, which is a family band, right, that you perform with. So who's in there? How did that come about?
Yeah, so they're the Miller Road Band. They're my nephews and nieces, and their last name is Miller. Yeah. So it all started at a farmer's market years ago. I used to play at a weekly farmer's market. They joined me, and we just made the name up on the spot. Yeah. So this is the Miller Road Band, because I would take the Millers on the road.
Yeah.
And but there's four of them. They actually have a string quartet as well. They're classically trained.
Yeah.
And when they play with me, they bring in the violin, viola, cello, banjo, mandolin, sometimes cajon, like what you have here.
Yeah,
melodica, it's just a big hodgepodge of instruments.
Yeah, I remember just thinking like, wow, and they were like very young, and I related that to a lot because I grew up, playing bluegrass with my family band, Lost in Reunions, and from about the time I was 14. But when you grow up around music, I think it really shapes your world in a completely different way.
Well, kind of music is a transitional thing. It goes to all ages, and it's what if you can make somebody feel something from one of your songs, even if you touch one person. It's just really a gratifying experience for me, and I'm sure it is for each of you, because you guys have been there, and I'm really amazed.
All right, this next song is called Way Too Long. This was written about my grandfather. My grandpa died. He lived a very, very difficult life, lots and lots of hardships. it started when he was a baby. He actually was raised on some kind of whiskey. He was born prematurely, and his nanny. That's how they did it back then, to keep little kids alive. He lost his parents at a young age. He lived through the Great Depression. He fought in World War II. At one point, he even got hit by a car, and in the year I was born, in 1978, he got shot through the belly 2 times. And so there's a little reference to this in this song. And at the end of his life, he took care of my grandma who had Alzheimer's. He took care of her for almost 15 years. But no matter what, every time I'd ask him how he's doing, he always would say, "I can't complain." That was his little answer for everything. And so that's how this song came to be. When I'd ask you how you were doing, you'd say, "I can't complain." But I know you'd walk through darkness. I know you tasted pain. Oh, your mother, she left the earth just as you came to be. And the love of your life sailed away across the sea. Oh, now, Papa, you've been gone way too long. Papa, you've been gone way too long. When the good Lord took you, he left us this song. Papa, you've been gone way too long. You were shot down in an alley and left there to die, staring up in the heavens, never asking why. You said I may not have the answers, and I could be enraged, but I've been freed from life's sorrow. I've been freed from this cage, yes I have. Oh, Papa, you've been gone way too long. Papa, you've been gone way too long. When the good Lord took you, he left us this song. Papa, you've been gone way too long. So I'm thankful to have known you, and I'm grateful just to see how generations, oh, they follow, and I'm thankful just to be. Oh, now, Papa, you've been gone way too long. Papa, you've been gone way too long. But when the good Lord took you, yes, he left us this song. Papa, you've been gone way too long. Oh, Papa, you've been gone way too long. Papa, you've been gone way too long. But when the good Lord took you, he left us this song. Papa, you've been gone way too long. All right.
I'm really amazed at your writing. It's really incredible, and it's really been a pleasure to have you out tonight. And I think I can speak for Mariah and myself. It's been a real pleasure to have you out, man.
All right,
And
thank you. Yeah,
tell everybody once again how to get a hold of you. It will be scrolling across the bottom, but
all right.
still.
DanielDyeMusic.com. DanielDyeMusic.com. And yeah, thank you to both of you, and to Crooks Cabin. This new world for well, this is the 3rd show, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
third
so
episode.
this is
Yeah.
the
Third
yes.
episode. So this is gonna be, yeah. I don't know. Maybe there'll be 300 or 400 or 500.
Oh, well, we hope so, and
Yeah,
thank you so
so-
much for being
so
part of the
if
we
ground
keep-
floor.
Yeah, if we keep getting talent like you out here,
Yeah.
it's going to be a good thing. Yeah. And the whole mission is to do something for local so they can get it out. And, you know, we've been there, and you are too as well, so.
Artists helping artists,
That's
sharing
right.
the love,
Well,
so.
I really appreciate it.
And thank you for coming out and sharing with us again.
Well, thank you.
Thank you.
It was a blast, so, yeah. And, yeah, Crook's Cabin, everybody. This is pretty sweet back here. For you musicians that are coming in the future, it's pretty nice. Yeah, so.
Yeah, it's an enjoyable time. The thing about it is, it's really meant to be a relaxed atmosphere where people can just let their music flow. You know, and I'm hoping that we get nothing but good vibes.
And you should see these cathedral ceilings.
We'll
Beautiful.
have to
in
do
here.
a shot.
There's
like,
a caribou up on the wall, not a caribou,
yeah,
but a...
yeah, caribou. I know
Caribou
caribou.
skin.
We can't just
Something like
yeah.
that.
Yeah, not the whole caribou.
Right.
I would take
So-
real Ray.